like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Let's just be clear. Tomorrow will be the 14th day since I got my eyebrows microbladed, and we are still in the peeling process. This middle part of my brows does not want to peel. However, I feel like we are at the point enough where I can put some makeup on, but it can't still be a full face, because trying to get a full face of makeup off while avoiding your eyebrows, I'm just not trying to do all that. So I figured this would be the perfect time to do the side-by-side test you guys want to see between these two foundations. If you guys want to know more, let's go. Okay, so for a good little minute, actually the first time I tried this foundation, I almost said concealer. Did I say concealer the first time around? Listen, it's been a 2 weeks, okay? The first time I tried this foundation, I told you guys, from the packaging to the formula, all this it's giving, it's supposed to be a dupe of the Chanel water tint. This is the first foundation where I ever finished the entire bottle, and I finally repurchased it. I posted a video showing you guys that I still like it years later. So now that I have both foundations, now is the time to test them out against my face. So I guess let's start talking about the original one first. Y'all know, because sometimes just because two products are a dupe doesn't mean the less expensive one was made after. Sometimes that expensive one is the one that came out afterward. Also, dupe doesn't always have to mean that they are two, vastly different prices. There are products that are dupes of each other, and maybe they're both drugstore, maybe they're both mid-range. Okay, so this is the Chanel water tint. This retails for $72, comes in 8 shades. This is the shade Deep Plus, and it's $72 for 1 ounce. And this is a light to medium coverage foundation with a gel texture and pigmented micro droplets that create a radiant, healthy looking glow. This is the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence Foundation. This retails for $21.49. You come in 12 shades, and this is the shade 70 Rich. So there are 2 shades after this one. The Chanel one, that's the deepest shade that it comes in. And this is also for 1 ounce. And the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, a skincare and makeup hybrid with micro droplet technology, gives your complexion a radiant bare skin filter effect. A liquid foundation with pigmented capsules burst and blend easily to distribute a sheer, even tint that makes skin look plump. Okay. Well, they use, same words, radiant. They have the same micro droplet technology. When I did make the video about the Covergirl, people were talking about the fact that it's $21 for a drugstore foundation. I fear, mind you, I was just having a conversation the other day. People were talking about, drugstore makeup and stuff like that. Drugstore foundation, for the most part, is going to cost you at least $10 and up. And I'm probably being generous by saying that. We are not at the days where drugstore foundation is giving $8 anymore. Because I'm remembering when I first started doing foundation hunts, yeah, I was saying foundations for $8, $9. That was also 11 years ago. It's still better than 72. Okay, let's start with Chanel because it comes with its own brush to mix the product together. Do 1 pump because it's literally only one side of my face. That's what it looks like. Swirl it together. Take it down my... Okay. Listen, don't pay attention to the skin around my eyebrows. You already know, all right? I usually don't fully blend it out with this brush, but I need 2 different brushes today, so we're gonna make it work. Now for Covergirl. Okay, that was 2. That's a lot. I don't think we'll use all of that, but the first attempt not go how I thought it would. Oh, I didn't show you. That's what that looks like. I have to avoid the breakout that I have because of this microblading. Okay, so this is my face, Chanel Covergirl. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer, some powder, set my face. I mean, at this, can I get them wet with setting spray? I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I'll be right back. Alrighty then, this is the closest I've come to looking somewhat presentable in the last 2 weeks. So when I do really get to put my face together, like brows fully healed and I can put a full face on, and actually have my hair done and not throw a headband on over the wig, listen. So it is currently 11:45. I'm going to go and I will check in later today so you can see how these two foundations hold up against each other. All right, y'all, there's a lot of notifications on my phone that would take a while to clear out. So it is 10:53 and this is what my face is looking like. Okay, so this is actually the first time that I have worn the two foundations next to each other. When I first tried the CoverGirl foundation, I had already run out of the Chanel foundation. So if you're wondering, like, baby, why did it take you years? That's because I didn't have the Chanel foundation when I first tried the CoverGirl. So this is my first time actually trying them next to each other. Now, when I first tried the CoverGirl, I was like, it's giving this is supposed to be a dupe for the Chanel. Now that I have tried the two next to each other, do I think it's a dupe for the Chanel? In a sense, yes, but not as close to a dupe as other products have duped before. I think they are close in dupes, whereas if you ask me if there's a foundation I can recommend to you that is similar to the Chanel because you don't want to spend the $70 to get the Chanel foundation, what do I think can get you as close as possible to the Chanel foundation? I would say this. Do I think they are exactly like each other? No, I don't. And I think the first main things are, one, the color. The color of the CoverGirl is a little, even though they're both supposed to be like neutral-ish type foundations, the CoverGirl foundation is a little warmer. I think if the shade was just like a smidge more neutral, but you can make it more neutral, I think I would be able to wear this and you wouldn't be able to tell that I'm wearing two different foundations. And I feel like you would really have to be in my business, first of all, if you notice that I am wearing two different foundations. But I was looking back at footage from videos that I filmed today, and it's not even necessarily like it looks too crazy with the two next to each other, but it looks like, do you have a shadow on your face when you turn to the one side compared to the other side? So that's the biggest things here as far as like color match. If you use me for a shade reference, that would be the difference. The second, I fear you can see, you know, when light hits your face, that's usually when you're gonna, if you have oily skin, where you're gonna start sweating, where you're gonna start looking oily. The CoverGirl is a little bit more oilier than the Chanel side. Now keep in mind, the only things I have on my face, funny, in the last video where I said the 5 products where I had to start my collection over again, I put a foundation, powder, blush, setting spray, and a primer in there. I pretty much have all those things on my face today, except I added concealer as well. So what I have on my face today, the Danessa primer, I have both the foundations on. I do have the NARS concealer. I didn't put concealer in that video at all. And then I have the Laura Mercier concealer just because I didn't want to play too much with the color on my face between the two foundations. I have the One Size setting spray and the Danessa setting spray on as well. And then I put a lip product on. So I don't have, not only do I not have as much product on right now, I don't even have like the core products I would wear, you know, every single day, that type of thing. Lately, I've been using the Essence concealer, and for powder, I told y'all I only use the Laura powder for the color of it, not necessarily for it to hold up my face. So it's really the setting sprays that are holding my face together right now, and the Danessa primer, because we're going through another heat wave this week. For these to be two radiant foundations, y'all remember both of them talked about being radiant. Chanel, I'm telling y'all, it's worth that $70. The Chanel side has held up in a heat wave, with the setting sprays and the primer being the main things holding it together. Again, keep in mind, I do not have that much that layering on, so you can still see like dark marks. I'm not going to show you the other side of my face because I am breaking out because of this whole microblading thing, child. Chanel is holding up very well. However, I will say in the same breath, even though, especially my cheek area here, above my eyebrow, that type of stuff, I would say CoverGirl is still holding up pretty well for it to not be like my core product. You see what I'm saying? So it may not hold up as well as Chanel, but I feel like for what, you know, it's working with for this video, I feel like that's still holding up pretty well. So like I said, I wouldn't necessarily say that they are exact dupes of each other. Like, don't think you're gonna buy that CoverGirl and get the same experience as the Chanel. However, I think you can buy the CoverGirl and still get a very good experience that you are going to like, because it's gonna look good on the face. It's gonna wear pretty well, especially if you have oily skin, but baby, it didn't claim to be a matte foundation. It didn't claim that it was going to, you know, do anything for your sweat, for your oil while it's in the summer. But for, did I say $15 foundation? For a 20-something dollar foundation, we could make this work. Y'all know we can make this work. So yeah, y'all, that is it for this video. I hope seeing me test this out has helped any of you thinking of checking it out for yourself. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.